Hello, my name again is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com, and what I'm going to carve today is what I call a caricature, continuing with my caricature faces. This one is called, well, Indian corn. It's going to be a character, Native American character face on an Indian corn. Now this is just a rough, a first round, you might say. So it's kind of sketchy a little bit. And we're going to try to do it, I'm going to try to do things a little better. I mean, it's not too bad, but I didn't spend too much time on the corn. The corn is just kind of whacked at the corn for right now. I'll work on the new model. I'll work on the corn. This one here is going to have the face, or it's going to have the face, it's going to have eyes. The thing that I do have a larger nose in the Native American. This is going to be a Native American face. The nose is a little larger. Basically, well, the nose is basically wider. The reason why it looks like that it's larger is because most all the pictures that you see from the Old West are the much older Native American gentlemen and chiefs and all. And of course, as you get older, the nose just gets bigger. But I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to do things different. I think I'm going to try to put some husks in the new one. And let's see what happens. Now this is a smaller one. Here's a large one. This is what I'm going to work on. This is a 2-inch square piece of wood. All right, to get started, here's the pattern that I have. It's just a simple corn on the cob, corn. Look. Nothing fancy. And like I said, what I'm doing is on a 2-inch square piece of wood. And I've cut out just to help a little bit here. What I'm going to do, what's going to happen here is I'm going to choose this side. I'm going to round everything off a little bit. But I want to use one side is going to be the nose side. And then I want to keep a little bit around here because that's where it's going to be the big, the bony cheek. Well, we can trim that down as we go. But other than this side and a little bit of here, everything is just going to be rounded out. And I'm going to use a pencil here to kind of get you started on which way is which. I like to get the grain. I think the grain is this way. You see the grain from here? See, the grain is like this way, therefore this is the side I want to do. Like I said, I'm going to leave that for now, and all I care about, and I think if I put this around here, somewhere about in the center, I'm going to round off, but kind of keep this. That in the camera there, and everything else is going to be rounded again. 3 corners will be rounded off with the exception of this. Of course, the back will be rounded pretty good. And I'm just going to shut down right now and let you just carve. I don't think you just want me to see me just rounding this thing out and waste a lot of time. But I'll be right back after I've got this all rounded out. All right, I'm back, and I did round it off a little bit. Did round a little bit of the top off, and I didn't want to go too deep into rounding it off. Right now I prefer to get the face done and then do the finishing of rounding off. One of the things I like to do when I get started is take corners off because it's a lot easier to handle when it's rounder than it is with corners. I did, like I said, I left a little bit here for the cheek, and it didn't have to be perfect, just enough to kind of about in the center. And we're going to get going here. And then the other extra on this thing here is this is going to be a headband. And to complete the ensemble I was going to have some feathers. I'm going to try to do maybe bent feathers or something to add to the caricature. But anyways, let's get carving. Less talking. There are many Native American books, pictures out on the internet, or the books. One of my favorites, of course, is you get some more of the originals, copies of the originals from the archives, National Archives. And then here's a particular, I'm going to go with this. Let's see if I can fit him in. This guy here is my favorite. I like this guy here. His name is Wolf Robe. He's Cheyenne Chief. I mean, it's like the cheekbones and the thin mouth and the thin eyes. That's I use him a lot in a lot of my Native American carvings there. Get the pencil. Where did that pencil come from? All right, let's get going here. I like to start with the nose. We're going to start with the nose. Where's the nose going to be? A lot of my faces I like to start with the eyes, but I think the nose is important here. Now I'm going to draw, and if it's just not right, then we can just always erase. Now if I put the nose here, already I don't like it. If I put the nose here, and the eye here, no, let's put the eye here, make it a little longer. This is one of the things about my videos, is not so much, yeah, let's carve something that I've carved a million of. I like to show you how I like to develop things. This being a wider nose, and so this will be my second carving on this, and you can see how I kind of think. Now I'm going to be doing some drawing for the sake of just seeing how everything fits, because most all of it is going to go away once we start carving. Some of my older videos I show how to start your eye and nose like this. Now if we were to do this, and the cheek is there, the cheek is perfectly there, cheekbone, and then if we have the, make it a little cockeyed here, if we have that there, then we can show the corn. Like I said, this is Indian corn. This is the multicolor corn. So it's kind of a play on words, if you haven't figured it. And then the mouth, I do have the cheeks a little wider than I want. But if I go here, and if I do the cheeks maybe like this, and then there'll be the chin here, and I think that'll be pretty decent. See that one? That's not the line we want. That's a line. Sometimes I like to erase lines so it won't. Well, it got worse. But we want to start with the nose and go from there. So first thing we want to do, of course, if you've seen my other videos, you probably know exactly where to start and so on and so forth. There, let's start right at the bottom of the nose. Make sure I get this in the camera. And this is going to be a wider nose, bigger, wider nose. This is a good piece of wood. I like the drier wood. I mean, sure, denser wood you can put more details in, but when I like to develop things, I like to have really drier, much drier wood. Now from here, about the tip, we're going to bring this back about should show you the right way to carve instead of my way. Usually my thumb, my pushing thumb, is on my handling thumb, and this thumb gets kind of tired after a while. So I should learn to do it right. Alright. Let's pencil this back in. Eye line, center line. Hopefully that's right. Is that right? All right, we're going to make our V-cuts, chip cuts, pardon me, away from the nose. Draw deep at the eye socket, and then shallow as you bring the up to the nose. Deep in the eye socket, sort of medium right here. Let's do it on this side, away from the nose, deep near the eye, and then bring the blade up like this. That's going to be shallow here, but deep there, really deep. And of course it's, you can see the angle is towards the eyeball. Now this thing is just kind of a medium, and I just, not too deep, not too shallow. And again, you could keep doing this one little chip at a time. I just got to a point where I can just whack these chips out of there. So since this cut went this way, this cut went that way, now we're going to go towards the bridge of the nose to complete that chip. And then we're going to make this chip here. Again, it doesn't have to be in one shot. And I'm kind of lucky, like I said, I got a nice piece of dry wood here. So this is going to pop right out of there. Of course, I should be careful. I don't want it to pop too much. Same on this side. Come in this way. Now one of the things is, when I cut towards myself, I have this thumb in the way here, so it doesn't go, you don't go too far. I mean, the real way is supposed to be like this, but you know, it's kind of, that still gives me the creeps because the thumb is sort of still in the way. And if you're down here, and especially if you're cutting right here, so if you see me cutting towards myself, it is, the thumb is in the way. And then we want to cut a chip this way, chip this way, and there's a start on the profile. Okay, now we got to start on the face. I always like to get the eye and nose blocked in, and then I can work on other, then I can work around it. Now, let's get that mouth in there. It's actually going to start up here. I still want it just a little sharp. And being narrow like this, we can always widen it. You know, if it's too wide, you really can't bring it back in again. So we're going to go away from the cheek, and we're going to kind of barrel out where the mouth is. Where the nose is just a little bit right here. We're going to come straight down. Oops, and then we want to complete this chip to the nose. Cut that out of there, like that. You know, it's very interesting how we see these old pictures of the Native American chiefs. And they always look like they got sort of a sour face. Well, actually, the thing is it doesn't mean that they were upset about anything. Well, yeah, of course they were upset about what the white man was doing. But when it came to taking pictures in those days, the philosophy is to not smile, because their thought was that, straight down, was that by smiling you kind of contort your face. It looks like Satan, and that's the way they thought in those days. If you're smiling, that means you got this satanic face, and you don't want that. It's come from the old Puritan way of things, and that's why you always see pictures. Everybody's just not smiling.